Hey, what's up everybody? This is Nightwing2303 from kicksoncourt.com. Today we have another performance review. It is on the Nike Lebron 10. So without wasting too much of your time, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so here's just a quick look at the traction pattern and the surface area of the Lebron 10. Honestly, it's much better than all of the previous versions that we've seen since the Lebron 8. The Lebron 8 had that outrigger section right about here, and those areas were not covered by traction. Instead, it was a smooth surfaced rubber with some sort of weird, like, groove set in there and all that stuff, and it really didn't provide much traction at all. Whereas these guys here, it brings the pattern all the way out to the edges, which is something that I actually love and most players would prefer. So you do get maximum court coverage with the traction area, or pattern I should say, that's used here, since it is throughout the entire surface area of the sneaker. The rubber itself is very flexible and pliable, which is nice. The only downside is that the surface itself has limited flex grooves. You can see that these are basically the only flex grooves in the sneaker. The lack of flex is going to limit the ability for the traction to work at its best. This is mostly for quicker players like guards and so on. So when you're playing, your jab steps, jump stops are fully covered from front to back because of the traction pattern and the surface area coverage that these offer. What I was saying earlier with the flex is that some of us that are guards, we like to have complete range of motion within our foot, and being that this has a full-length air unit and limited flex grooves within the outsole itself, you're not getting as much flex, kind of like where it's going to be riding with your foot. Hopefully that makes sense. But basically, any move that I do, this shoe is not able to really go with it. But if you're a power player, power forward, or if you're just real heavy, you're not going to really be affected too much by that, because this is going to be pretty much adequate for your style and your type of movements. The cushion itself is absolutely amazing. Basically, if you did not know, this is a 360 Air Max unit with Zoom Air inside. If you want more detail on that, you can either go to the previous video on these, or you can go to my website, kicksoncourt.com, and I have a full-on performance teaser just on the cushion alone. Basically, this the heel strikes right here, or you probably won't be able to see that. Heel strikes right here feel exactly like an Air Max unit. The Zoom Air that is inside of it is very small. It's about this wide, and it goes full length from side to side. And then you have your pillars for support in the front and back of that unit. So basically, heel strikes feel pretty much like an Air Max unit. It's the forefoot that is absolutely insane. There are small pillars right here. There's about 4 of them. I wish that there was more right here along the outrigger, because I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but with certain movements, you're really kind of compressing that bag, and then you can teeter over and lose some stability on there, which I have actually experienced. But the overall feeling that it gives you in that forefoot section is just incredible. It's like a propelling action, where when you hit your foot from the heel, and then you go into the forefoot, and then it just kind of springs you off. Because it's a larger version of Zoom Air. So if you're familiar with Zoom Air at all, you know that it's very kind of bouncy and responsive, and it gives you that spring feeling underneath your foot. This is exactly like that, but it's just enlarged, so you get a greater amount of force pushing back against your foot with the force that you gave to it. So I think it's awesome. It's very comfortable, and it's very durable. This is probably one of the best cushioning systems that Nike's made. If they can make it a little bit more flexible, then I think that this would be incredibly awesome to use in almost every type of sneaker. The materials, honestly, it's awesome. You have this newer style fuse where it is a lot thicker than the Hyperdunk 2012, but it's a lot softer as well. So break-in time is not required. I mean, these things are pretty much broken in for you right from the get-go. It's just as durable. I don't know if you can see all the scuffs and things like that, but they're on there. If I wanted to, I could wipe them off, but I really don't care. It's actually a basketball shoe for me, so it's not a fashion statement. But then you have this dynamic fly wire all the way through, and then it comes out for the eyelets. Now, it is hard to lace these up, but that's mostly from the laces. And by the way, if you're going to be taking these laces down, because I had to do that to get that little like lace lock thing off, I put a safety pin, or you can use a paper clip or whatever, through the fly wire loops here. Otherwise they'll possibly go into the material, and good luck trying to thread them back in there. So that's just a warning to you. But overall, materials are awesome. Definitely an upgrade as far as a direct comparison to the Lebron 9, in my opinion, and I absolutely love it. As far as the fit is concerned, they fit true to size from a lengthwise perspective, but widthwise they're very, very form-fitting, just like the 2012 Hyperdunk. So if you have not tried on the Hyperdunk 2012, I do recommend that you do that to get your sizing down in this sneaker here, especially for those of you that have to like purchase online and things like that, where they might not be available at your local stores. Go to any local shop and just try on a Hyperdunk 2012, and whatever size you are in that shoe is what you're going to be in this shoe here. Now the lockdown is just incredible. You notice it right from the get-go, right when your foot is inside, your laces aren't even tied up, and you can just feel how snug that is. Everything moves with you perfectly. The fly wire, the fuse, again, it's no break-in time required, so I think it's completely awesome. And there's no heel slip. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but heel's not slipping whatsoever. These two eyelets here really draw your ankle back into the heel bed, so that is keeping you covered from this perspective. Everything else is due to the fit as far as lockdown is concerned, and the material and the fly wire itself definitely help out. As far as ventilation is concerned, you can pretty much see that you have plenty of cutouts throughout. These ones right here, as well as this little guy right there, and then these ones here, they're not restricted by anything other than the mesh tongue, and the mesh tongue itself is fairly breathable, which is nice. These guys here, they're decent. Like, you can actually, I don't know if you can see your finger through there, but you can get behind there. It is behind the liner, but it's there and available, so that's mostly to let the heat escape. So this is probably one of the most well ventilated Lebrons that we've had in quite some time. Maybe it's definitely better than the Lebron 9 Elite, way better than the Lebron 9, slightly better than the Lebron 9 Low. So right now though, everything's pretty much lightweight and well ventilated as far as that type of category, the ventilation category, with the new performance models. So this to me isn't really a special feature anymore, but it definitely looks cool, and it does actually work, which is a plus. As far as support, basically you're getting that from the material and that fit. This TPU plate here, I didn't really notice it too much, mostly because there's a full-length Air Max bag, so there's not really too much flex. So you notice that more in something like the Lebron 9 or Lebron 9 Elite. But the support itself overall is very good from the base here up. It's just that this Air Max unit, right along the outrigger, I wish that it was either a little bit wider or had some more support pillars, or both, and I think that that would have helped the stability overall within the shoe. I don't know if you can see how this section here comes out a little bit further than this guy right there. I wish that they would have mimicked that a little bit more, just a little bit more exaggerated right here. So if it would have came out like, I don't know, a few millimeters, then I think that that would have been perfectly fine, because right now as soon as you stop, especially if you're a guard and you stop over here, you're compressing that bag and you can just roll right over. So that's really the only real issue with the support. That's mostly a stability issue, I'd say. But overall, support is very good. It's not the best, but it is definitely very, very good for what they've done here with adding more innovation within this sneaker. Alright guys, so that pretty much takes care of everything on the performance review for the Lebron 10. If you want to see even more information, just go to my website, kicksoncourt.com. In the search bar, you can either type in Lebron 10 performance review, or you can just go to the very top of the page and click on the performance review section. And since this is the newest performance review, or the most recent, that's the one that will show up first. I have a lot more written detail in there as far as like my personal thoughts and things like that, so if you're interested in that type of stuff, go ahead, check it out. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all your support, and until next time guys, have a good one.